Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyersportsbetting.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, before I get into Valentina Shevchenko's victory over Julianna Pena, let me give a well-deserved red cup to a guy I respect deeply, Teddy Atlas. Teddy is way off base in an article online today in which he lists the top 10 fighters in the sport pound for pound and somehow doesn't list one of the champions with the longest streak of successful title defenses, who quite frankly is one of the best champions in the history of his division. And that's Gennady Golovkin. I'm sorry, but there are not 10 people in the sport of boxing better than Golovkin pound for pound. On Teddy's list, he has young guys like Errol Spence. You know Errol Spence. He's the guy who, when you see him at the bar, you have to card him to make sure he's old enough to drink. Come on, Errol Spence is just getting started, folks. It's a bit ridiculous. It's a bit insane to put Errol Spence, no matter how promising he looks, ahead of someone like Golovkin, who is so dominant that Kell Brook is getting a lot of credit in the press for just making it to the 5th round against him. Didn't even make it to the second half of the fight. Right? Understand, Golovkin's not just been winning, he's been mowing down credible opposition. Right? David Lemieux, Daniel Geale, mowing them down. Another guy on Teddy's list is Saul Alvarez. You know, the last I checked, Alvarez, when he was middleweight champion, decided he didn't want to fight Golovkin, right? Didn't Oscar De La Hoya make an announcement that a year from now, in the fall, his fighter would fight Golovkin? That's the level of dominance Golovkin has. Guys in his weight class with belts, with a lot of money for a potential purse, don't want to fight him. I can't think of a more offensively blessed fighter in the sport of boxing. The idea that he's not in the top 10 pound for pound is just simply ridiculous. Let's talk about Valentina Shevchenko's victory over Julianna Pena. This fight delivered for us. Let me say this. I know there's a lot of talk about Floyd Mayweather against Conor McGregor. Understand, Conor McGregor today is not the counterpuncher Valentina Shevchenko is. Understand, I know this is MMA, but even from a boxing perspective, there are very few boxers who counterpunch as well as Shevchenko. The tip-off is her fight against a former boxing champion, Holly Holm. You might remember Holly Holm dusted off Ronda Rousey back when she was the big bad wolf in the forest. Right? Holly Holm couldn't handle Shevchenko's counter punches. Right? Shevchenko's stand-up game is outstanding. She can counterpunch with the best of them. Now, what we learned from her fight against Pena is that she is a master on the ground as well. She has Pena on top of her. Pena's game is a brute strength, brute force type game. She has Pena on top of her. She has both of her shoulders on the canvas. And Shevchenko is calm, cool, and collected. Frankly, she's a better athlete than Pena. Because this is MMA and not boxing, right? The legs matter here. And I thought the submission was masterful. Shevchenko is just blessed with being very athletic and able to get her legs between herself and an opponent. So here she's able to get her legs between herself and Pena. She gets the submission hold using her legs. You're talking about a superior talent here who is lifting her game, right? As I've said, Shevchenko, master counterpuncher, master standing up. This match is exhibit number 1 of her mastery on the mat, right? Pena, quite frankly, is not the athlete Shevchenko is, right? Shevchenko literally sets a trap here, where she allows herself to be taken to the floor and then is able to get the submission in round 2. 5 stars. Bravo. Well done. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section to this video. Thanks for stopping by.